so here we go. Working on the next part. A little tight right here. So we got to work on these headers. Headers on there. We got the Renflex exhaust gasket. Supposed to make it where they don't leak. Supposed to help with that. I did them on my dump truck and it seemed to work pretty well. And I need some more bolts. Missing those. So put it down up in here and get it going. The only thing I'm not overly excited about, so I'll show you guys in a minute, is it is very hard. You gotta put some anti-seize on the bolts, some anti-seize lubricant or whatever. But what I'm not excited about is the direction of the spark plugs is like straight out, and it like pretty much the spark plug almost touches the almost touches the header, so I'm not overly joyed about that. It's definitely not a good thing because I'm worried it's gonna burn my spark plug wires. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that. Don't mind my head wraps; they're not very pretty, but I'm hoping they'll work. And now I'm even more grateful I put them on there just to help keep some of the heat down if my spark plug wires unfortunately have to touch this this header. Definitely gonna have to do something about it. It is not good. So these are supposed to be torqued down, I think like 15 or 20 foot-pounds of torque. I think it says 20 foot-pounds of torque. It's not overly tight, but man, oh man. Yeah, not a good thing. So they're going to be right next to that heat, those spark plug wires. That doesn't make me overly happy, to be honest. I'll have to see how that's going to end up working out. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in a second. So, and I have to use the block huggers on this thing mostly because there's not really a lot of room to be putting other types of headers on here. So I think we tried to use the long long tube headers, and it just didn't work out. But I'll show you guys what's going on, what I'm talking about. So when you look, I mean, those things are like right there. I mean, there's maybe a 1/4 inch. I mean, there's enough room, obviously the wire will slide on there, so I'm gonna have to research and sort of see what I could do with that, because you guys can see how close they are. These are here aren't a problem because they're pretty far away. You know what I mean? But man, these middle ones though, whew, man, those things are like right on there. So I don't know. That's sort of where I'm at right now. See if I can figure it out. I mean, I have the boots. They go on the spark plug wires too, as you guys can see. So probably between those and the wrap, probably be fine, to be honest with you. Can't be any hotter than how it really was before. But I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on. I want to show you guys sort of the progress, how we're doing it. And transmission's all ready to go. Cross member is ready to go. So we got the cross member. It's already on. Everything's good. Got the hole cut into the thing right here for it. You guys can see the transmission sticks out. I already put the shifter in it. Shifts good. We had to have a hydraulic line made for it as well. It's a little longer than what I wanted, but it is what it is. So it's ran in there. The remote bleeder, you can see it's hanging down right there. So it's getting there, starting to put it together. See how it goes, man. See how it goes. All right, what's up, guys? So sorry about that reflection of the dirty chrome, but I seem to feel reasonably decent about it. The spark plugs did fit, and they have their own coating, you know, or their own sleeve too to help protect them. So I think between both fiberglass or whatever wraps on the spark plug wires and the spark plugs, I feel that it should definitely do pretty good. Yeah, so they all went on there, including the middle ones. They were tight, but the truth is, they actually probably wouldn't have been that tight if it wasn't for the extra wrap. But I'd rather have the extra wrap and not burn a wire, you know, burn 4 wires. Actually, I don't even know if it'd run and get home if something like that happened. So I'd rather be tight and have all the wires and all the protective stuff I can on it to hopefully help with keeping it going. So that's sort of where we're at. We got everything's on there. The alternator's sitting on the ground. I just painted the fin on it. As soon as that's done, it'll go on. We got the starter and pretty much all the electrical and everything's tied in. The battery's not connected. It looks like it is. It's actually not. Sort of pretty close to either dead center on the timing or slightly advanced by the distributor. So hopefully it'll fire up. I can't do nothing with it yet though. I gotta wait until I get the drive shaft, which is what I'm waiting on next. As soon as the drive shaft gets here, then I can put the oil in the transmission. I decided I'm gonna run this VR1 motor oil in it. It's a 2050 weight. It's a little on the heavy side, especially since that thing has a high volume oil pump. The oil pressure is probably gonna be like 80 or something. But you know, it actually feels really good. It's got a higher zinc content in it, and it's more designed for flat tappet cams, which I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I actually like that a lot. So it's got twice the zinc stuff. I really like the idea of that. It's a little bit expensive, but you can get on Amazon. And quite frankly, I'm actually going to run that in probably even in my dump truck with my 8.1 Vortec. But yeah, if it saves the engine and gets this thing going, I'll be pretty happy with it. Very satisfied with how things are coming along so far. So, you know, curious to see how this thing will fire up and how it'll run. Me and my wife will have to break it in. Or I'll break it in if she's not here when I get everything going. And then you guys will get to see the video of that. Get the first fire up, get it going, and break it in for 15-20 minutes or whatever. And then we'll change the oil and we'll put that in there. So when you break in the cam, it's always a bet on the good side, probably on the safer side if you overfill it, probably by at least a quart or two, because you want that extra oil to come up. So hopefully the crank, as it's spinning around at 2,000, 2,500 RPM, fluctuate between those two spans, that it's throwing oil on the cam. We want a lot of oil on the cam. you know, we don't want to be wiping out any lobes. So just want to share that with you guys, so that way you guys know, if you don't already. To those who are just breaking in the cam, it's just not worth it to screw it up. We already know we pre-primed this with oil, so we know we got it. It's all there. But I threw in an extra, I think, 2 quarts of that, so it should be about 7 quarts of oil on the thing. So 7.5, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, it's just for the break-in, and then once it gets going and gets broke in and hopefully runs good and doesn't have no issues, then pull the filter, drain the oil, put what's up to that in there, or 5-6 quarts, whatever it is that wants to make it happy, and we're good. All right, so what's up, guys? We are in the next part. Just making this quick. So we got the right belt, we got the alternator on, wiring done in there. I did get the pedal finally bled, but man, it sucked. It would not bleed your normal way. You know, I tried filling it and then bleeding it, but see, the line's sort of long. So it goes up and then down and into the transmission. And I end up having to use the old Harbor Freight vacuum kit with, you know, the canister and the lines. And I pulled from the top, went down into the hole into the reservoir, pulled it, which creates suction, and then it sucks the fluid from the reservoir down into it. And then finally we end up just going underneath the car and end up taking the bleeder line, which you can see sort of right there, and we put the rubber clear plastic PVC tape line on the end of it, and I just end up, my wife stayed up on top, I stayed down here, and we just kept sucking and pulling the fluid out. Just pretty much, she filled it from the top constantly, and I was constantly pulling it from down here, and I finally got the air out. Now I got a nice tight pedal on there. It works like it's supposed to. Finally, getting worried, but it worked. And then yeah, man, so we're getting there. Pretty much almost ready to pretty much fire, but not quite. Doesn't have no oil in the transmission or nothing yet. I gotta wait till the drive shaft gets completed. Once it gets completed, I can pick it up and I can put it on there and install it it just bolts to the R200 rear end in the back. Then we're good. Then it's pretty much ready. Already has the oil in the engine, so we're good there. I have some black vacuum line that I also bought. It's laying around here somewhere. That's gonna go from the front of the carburetor to the distributor for the vacuum advance. Spark plugs, everything are on there, man. It's all ready. I gotta put some coolant in there, but I'm probably just gonna run water while I'm breaking it in, help keep it cooler, help flush it out, clean everything out of there, and then I'll drain all that, flush it out real good, drain it, and then throw my coolant in it. But yeah, so just want to keep you guys updated. There's not much else per se right now I can do, but another thing I need to do, because the brakes are sort of weak on this thing, so that master cylinder is new, so I think it's the brake booster. It's bad because when you push on the brakes, it'll start to kill the engine. It'll try to kill the engine, and the brakes aren't very strong, so I need to replace that brake booster. It's pretty small, and it don't look like we're gonna be able to get something much bigger in there. So once I get that in there, get the drive shaft in, then I gotta install my shifter, which is also laying around here somewhere. Once we get that in there, we should be ready, because the clutch is working, doing what it's supposed to be. It's tight from the gate right away, so we should be fine. So that's where we're at, man. It's getting there, and I appreciate your guys' patience, man, for hanging out. Thank you.